Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. So I'm back today with a kind of like a get ready slash fake tan routine. So it's not necessarily going to be like a makeup tutorial, well it kind of will be, but I'm mainly showing you my summer makeup, something really bronzy, and then I'll also show you my fake tanning routine as well. So today I'm going to be using the Loving Tan 2-Hour Express. So because I kind of need my tan to be ready within like 3 hours, I've got like people coming around and I'm gonna get a little bit dressed up, so I need my tan to be like ready in a few hours. So I thought this was the perfect one. Also, Loving Tan kindly sent me a couple of their products. So they sent me the 2-Hour Express, their normal mousse, which is called, let me go get it, 2 seconds, and their deluxe bronzing mousse. This one you have to leave on for like 6 hours, so I should have really done that last night, but you know, got a bit distracted. So I'm going to be using the 2-Hour Express today. I thought I'd give you kind of like a mini review. They did gift this to me a few months ago, so I didn't want to do a review straight away just because I wanted to use it over a few months to see how I got on with it, and then I went on holiday and I obviously got a natural tan, so this is all natural. Why do I get really out of breath? Calm down. So this is kind of natural, but it is fading a little bit and I do want a little bit more of a deeper tan, and I want to be safe as well. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Normally I would do it naked, but that's not okay. So along with the fake tan, they also sent me the mitt as well. So it's like the velvety finish on both sides. I definitely prefer these. Also, they're really thick as well, because there's nothing I hate more. I don't know if you remember those like Rimmel fake tanning mitts, but they would always get a hole in and then you'd end up having like a few fingers that are like stained with fake tan. So I'm glad that it's like really thick as well, and you can obviously wash it and reuse it. And I forgot to mention, I do use a little bit of moisturizer, kind of like round the wrists, a tiny bit on my elbow, like on my knees and around my feet, because that will just help the fake tan blend a lot smoother. And also I will never directly put it on the mitt when I go onto my feet or hands. I always just do like my arms and my legs, and then whatever's left on the mitt I will run over my hands. And also, like, you've got the moisturizer here as well, so it will just ensure that this area is kind of streak free and you don't have too much product on there, because if you have too much on your hands, then that's when it ends up developing and going like really orangey. I've definitely experienced that over the years. So let's just get going. I mean, I'm sure you all know how to fake tan because there's tons of videos like this on the internet, so I'm not showing you like how to do it. I'm just kind of showing it. The first thing I thought as well when I used this tan is that it's like a really like chocolatey brown colour, whereas you know some can look like really like green. So I notice when I do like put this on and then wash it off, it goes like a really deep olive colour, whereas some fake tan like St. Moritz, that can, sometimes they look like a little bit green, or sometimes it looks like really orange. So Alexa, so I really like the kind of tone of this kind of colour. Okay, so as you can see with my hands, I kind of do like a claw, and then I just run it, like brush it, so you don't get those white lines where your knuckles are. And then I'll go, so there's hardly anything left on here, go kind of in between my fingers, so that way there's no like weird white lines. So I just pumped it twice, so I normally do about 2 pumps for each arm, and then I'll start at this top, go up and down, and then go all the way around my arm. So you just make sure you do under the armpit, and I work it quite quickly. Make sure you get the elbow. The elbow is what I used to always miss. kind of like circular motions. Also as well, I feel like it's got kind of like a warm, when the guard goes on, it has like a really nice warm undertone to it. So if you are going out for the day, you could kind of like leave this on if you had to. So it gives you like, it basically has a colour guard so you can see where you're putting the tan, which is really helpful so you avoid any streaks. And then again, whatever's left go on my hands. So I have noticed, especially not so much with the 2 Hour Express, this one is quite full, so I haven't used this one as much. But with the deluxe bronzing mousse, which you leave on 6 hours, for 6 hours, I'd normally do that like the night before. I'd sleep in it and then I'd wash it off in the morning. But that, like, you wash it off and it actually leaves like a deep tan. But obviously because I have a natural, well, not really tan, because I do have a little bit of a tan underneath, the 2 Hour Express works really well, because it just like boosts my tan a little bit more, and I just love the fact that I can leave it on for 2 hours. Have a quick shower before I do my makeup, and I'm lovely and bronzed. So yeah, I'll be back in a couple hours. I'm gonna go do my makeup. I know it's weird that I'm doing my makeup then I'm gonna wash it off. I'm literally gonna use the head of the shower and just carefully wash it off. And then I'll like do my makeup down my neck once I'm done. So yeah. Bye. Like I said earlier, I haven't put any fake tan on my face. I have literally used, what did I use this morning? I used the Ordinary Organic Cold Pressed Rose Hip Seed Oil mouthful. It's from Ordinary, if I didn't already say that. Okay, and then for primer today, I'm going to use my Natural Radiance primer by MAC, because I do want my makeup to last tonight. So foundation, I'm also using MAC. I'm gonna mix the colour NC42 and NC25 because I don't have a colour in between. This is Studio Fix Fluid. So I'm just gonna dab that all over my skin. So for concealer, so I rebought the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer because I know I love it and I needed it in a darker colour as well. So I got the colour Medium Sand. I find you only need to use a really small amount of this. Thank you to my friend Rosie for getting this for me. I think she was in Mallorca and there's a Sephora there. I was like, oh my god, I need it, because otherwise you just have to like order online. And then whatever's left, I will take it onto the lid to kind of act as my base for my eyeshadow. So for powder, I'm going to use the KIKO Beyond Limits Fixing Powder. This is a translucent powder, like, what's it called? Compact powder. So yeah, I'm going to use a Spectrum A04 brush because it's slightly tapered and it's a little bit smaller than your normal powder brush, so you don't use too much powder. Just going to dab that up and down the eye and mainly through the centre, so I don't want too much powder on. I still want to be relatively glowy. Okay, and then I'm also going to use the bronzer from the collection. Like, how unreal is this bronzer? So it's very, very large and it's a cooler tone bronzer. So it's not too red or orange, so it gives you a really nice kind of a natural bronzed looked skin. And you can use it a little bit under the cheekbone as well to almost give you that like contoured look. So I use it like under the cheekbone and also on top of the cheekbone, so kind of like a 2-in-1 bronze and contour. And then a little bit round the forehead. And then I go over with Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC, and it's called Cheeky Bronze. And I use this kind of as a blush and up my cheekbone as well, because it's got a little bit of glow to it. So it's kind of like a highlighter and blush in one. But I've been using this over the summer because it gives you like a nice flush, like you've been in the sun. Okay, so for highlighter, I'm just going to apply a really small amount of the Oh Darling highlighter by MAC. I use this cute little highlighter brush by Spectrum. It's the B08. I'm just going to use a really small amount. I know, like, wow, a small amount of highlighter. So I've just put concealer on my eyelids and then I set it down with a nude eyeshadow. So I'm going to go in with this eyeshadow. It's called Peach. It's a loose eyeshadow. Not loose, but like, it's not in a palette. I have no idea who's it by. So if I show you, it's got that on the back. So if any of you recognise that, let me know. It's called Peach. So I'm just going to use that through a natural crease of my eye with a Morphe M433 brush. I'm going to wiggle that in circular motions and pop it through the crease and the outer corner. And I'm just going to keep building that up until I'm happy with the colour. Then I'm going to take that same colour under the eye using a pencil brush. This is the A12 brush by Spectrum. I'm going to run that all the way underneath the eye. Just to note that this powder is actually incredible underneath the eye. It hasn't like made my under eye look dry, and my concealer hasn't creased at all. Wow. Okay, so using my Colourpop Brunch Day palette, which was in collaboration with ZOELLA, I'm going to take the colour Mimosa, which is a warm brown down here, if you can see. And I'm going to use that on a flat brush by Zoeva. It's the 234. And I'm going to kind of blend that into my lower lash line. Just to kind of smoke it out a little bit and deepen up the lower lash as well. So with a MAC 221, which is a smaller fluffy brush, I'm going to use that same Mimosa colour through the crease. So I've got a little bit more control with this brush. So I can focus it in the crease and deepen those colours up a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to make it look a little bit more evening and use a black pencil in the waterline. Like so, and makes it a little bit more black and a little bit smoother. So for the lid colour, I'm going to use this ZOELLA Colourpop like liquid eyeshadow. So it goes on as a liquid and then it sets down. You never want to apply too much, because otherwise it might go a little bit clumpy and crack. Just blend whatever's left on the brush onto the eyeshadow. Almost looks like a little bit wet as well. So I've just popped some glue on my lashes, and then whilst that gets a bit tacky, I'm gonna use a highlighter. This is Morphe, the mini highlighter in Spark. And I'm gonna pop a little bit just in the inner corner. just use a flat brush. This is the 242 by MAC. And then use that under the brow bone. Okay, so I'll just pop my lashes on and then finish off the skin with some Fix Plus. And then a lip. Oh! Sorry, the fly! Please fuck off! Get out! It's threatening me. Why are they so annoying? Okay, so I go in with Spice Lip Liner by MAC. I might go in with something. I might try Peachstock. Where is that? Honey Love by MAC, because I haven't used that in a while. And then I use a gloss over the top. This is just Superb Cream Sheen Gloss. Here we go. So that is pretty much my summer evening makeup done. I'm gonna go finish getting ready and then I will update you on my tan. Yeah, it's looking really nice so far. I know it seems really weird that I'm showering after my makeup, but all I do is grab the head of the shower and I rinse off. So when you like have tan on, you don't want to like scrub or anything. Also, a good little tip as well, if you use quite a lot of powder and then you have a shower, obviously don't touch your face. The like steam of the shower will make your makeup a little bit more dewy. And my friend Sophie, who I used to work with at MAC, normally she watches my videos, so let's see if she's watching. So if she messages me, she is watching. But Sophie taught me that. So she used to do her makeup and then she has a shower. Like obviously she washes her face before that, blah blah. But then she does her makeup and then she obviously like washes her body. So when she comes out of the shower, her makeup looks a little bit more like dewy and a bit more fresh. Yeah, it sounds weird, but it's a good little tip. So I'm going to rinse this off. Well, I'm going to have it on for a little bit longer whilst I choose my outfit. But yeah, I'll be back in a tick. Okay, so I am just about to, I know I've got a full face of makeup, I've already explained this. I'm just about to rinse off my 2-hour express tan. So this is what it looks like before, as you can see. Yeah, it's definitely got darker, so I'm hoping, I think it's been about 3 hours. So I'm hoping it's going to stay dark, because like I was saying earlier, I really hope that it's not like my other tan where you wash it off and then it's completely gone. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I have just washed off my tan. So I'm trying to show you in natural light so you can actually see. So it's definitely left like a really nice glow to my skin. Like I'm not super dark like I normally am when I like go out, but I am only having like a house gathering, so I don't want to go too OTT. So it has left a really nice glow. I think if I was going out like clubbing, who calls it clubbing these days? If I was going like out, I'd probably go for a darker tan. So the other mousse that I got from Loving Tan, it definitely comes out darker than the 2-hour one. So obviously if I'm going out, I'd probably use that one. But like I said, I haven't really used the 2-hour one as much as that, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. It literally, like, I can't even smell it now, to be honest. Like when it was developing, you can definitely smell the tan, but now that it's washed off, I can hardly smell anything really. And then I'm going to use this moisturiser. I always use the Body Milk Soap and Glory moisturiser after my tan because it smells nice. And then I use a little bit of the Coco Chanel body oil for a nice glow. So yeah, like I said, it's not as dark as I normally go, but I think if I went for the dark one, it would definitely be more my kind of colour. But in terms of like it being streak free, I definitely didn't have any problems. Like it was really smooth going on, because I will say when you actually put the mousse on, it spreads quite far. So you don't have to feel, I don't feel like I kept like going in with more, like it a little bit went a long way. And yeah, I didn't need to add more layers, whereas normally I'm like layering it up to get it really dark. I'll definitely do more of a in-depth review or just like another little video like this using the other tan that I got from Loving Tan. So yeah, I hope you like this little like get ready with me. I thought I'd change it up. I didn't want to just do like a review on just the fake tan because I still wanted to include like a little bit of makeup. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed me getting ready. And also thank you to Loving Tan for gifting me those products. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm really impressed so far. It's definitely the best tan that I've used in terms of like application and streak free, smell free. Yeah, but like I said, I just want it a little bit darker. But I think if I went in with like another layer and then like washed it off, I'd be night out ready. But I think it gives a really nice glow and it matches my face perfectly. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. That's everything from me, so you'll see me in my next one. Bye.